This is Terrence Andre Banks with Information Age Financial Solutions, coming to you giving you a quick alert about the nonprofit sector. Now, when you hear nonprofit, the first thing that comes to your mind is not-for-profit, looking out for my best interest, and doing something for a public or community service kind of good. These are the kind of ideas that run in your mind. And generally, you would think that in the day and age that we live in, that should be the focal point. But the problem is that most nonprofits, even though they have that clause, it's really a way for, I shouldn't say most, a large number of nonprofits utilize that nonprofit clause not to pay anything in terms of taxes. Now, but they still have a profit motive. I'm not saying passing judgment to say what's right and wrong. I'm just here to point that out, especially in the information age where a lot of different companies are coming up having that nonprofit umbrella. And I'm just here to give you a warning that when you're coming there thinking where they're here to sometimes help, don't be surprised if you find out they have the same tactics as a profit company. In fact, strong sale tactics, in fact. And I'll go into probably another video, but particularly about a company that I know that functions in a nonprofit banner and gives off that illusion that it's not for profit. Not again, this video is not to say that they're all bad. I'm just pointing out, putting an alert out, don't drop your guard when you're dealing with a nonprofit. They still have a profit motive incentive in time. Even though they don't state that. And again, on their books, it doesn't say, well, we're not looking for profit. They do charge you fees. Fees could be another form of what someone would consider to be a form of profit. You do have guidelines to follow by, and that usually gives them access to government grants and different aspects like that again. So that gives another full aspect of taking advantage of the tax laws, which is, here again, not pointing for anything. I think I just want people to be aware of that. Because a lot of times in my conversation, oh, that's a nonprofit. Well, they should function by this. And then they come to find out, hey, their guidelines are even tougher than some profit companies. They're just using like that for a cover. So this alert comes again for nonprofits. If you're thinking about nonprofit, get it out of your head that they don't have some kind of income incentive aspect, which then in my mind means that there could be some level of profit given in under their funding under that 501c nonprofit banner. Didn't want to make this video that long, but just needed to point out, be alert when you're considering a nonprofit. One, even though they have that as a banner, they still have charge fees and have other guidelines that they're receiving income for. You too, use nonprofits usually from the form they don't pay any income taxes, and that's why they're functioning under that. So that gives them a good banner to take income in, but not having the tax liability as a business owner, as myself I've been in, and other people who function paying taxes, even regular people. So those two things you need to keep in consideration and put that alert out when you're dealing with a nonprofit. Remember, in this day and age, somehow revenue has to be taken in and has to exist for any company, nonprofit included. And just be mindful of that when you're going in. Function with the same kind of, don't let your guard down. Come in with the same kind of caution you will have for a profit company when they're trying to give you a particular service or do something in that manner. With the exception of churches, of course, which is a whole nother animal in itself. But any non-profit banner doing any financial counseling or doing anything financial, there is fees and there's other incentives that's going on, and you might find the same kind of pushy tactics that you would find under a profit company. Until my next video, be mindful of nonprofits, keep your alert out, and I'm out.